Hey, everybody, and for the final time in the studio this year, I am Alan Dietz along with Jez Ballard. This is the Bullring presented by Safe Locator, and we're going to have Ken Newman from Safe Locator joining us. They're part of our Snowball Derby coverage along with Hooters, and it's going to be a great show today. William Sawalich is going to join us, Paulie Hartwig III. As I said, Ken Newman. We're also going to talk to Travis Braden. And Toby Christie will be here. So we got a big show. And Jess, always nice to have new sponsors. And
it is. And especially as we head into the Snowball Derby, now that we got the All-American behind us, I mean, that's really what all eyes are on.
And we're going to tell you more about the Safe Locator app, but I'm going to put you on my Safe Locator app so I know where you are at all times.
I would expect nothing less.
So speaking of the All-American 400, you were down there. How was it? It looked like the weather was great for once.
It was beautiful, yeah, which never happens. It was, a great event as always. It's so nice having the location's just so much fun. Travis was helping Gavin Bochelle in the pros, so we actually left Sunday morning, but we watched on Racing America. I had to think about, and it was wild. It was a typical All-American 400.
Yep. A lot of moving parts to that, and of course I was at Caraway for the North-South Shootout, and that was a lot of fun. And the Cars
How was
Tour,
the weather for you?
Perfect.
Amazing.
And the Cars Tour Championship wrapped up. You and JD will do that on Cars Tour Weekly tomorrow and wrap up their season.
It's going to be so fun.
It is. It's going to be a lot of fun. And when we come back, we're going to talk to the winner of the All-American 400, William Sawalich, get his thoughts as he also gets ready for the Snowball Derby.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
It's the crown jewel of American short track racing, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby, Sunday, December 3rd at Five Flags Speedway. For 56 years, Pensacola's Snowball Derby has showcased racing's modern-day legends and legends yet to be made in a 300-lap showdown of guts and glory. The most prestigious short track race in America, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. For information, visit snowballderby.com. Legends start here.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance, the highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
I'm Kurt Busch, and you're watching Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring, presented by Safe Locator. Alan and Jess here with you this afternoon, and our first guest is this year's winner of the All-American 400, William Sawalich. William joining us on the phone. Thanks for being here with us today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me on.
Well, it's been some year for you, and I do want to kind of backtrack and talk about the year, but got several super late model wins last year, concentrated largely on ARCA this season. It's got to feel great, though, to come back and to win one of these crown jewel events like the All-American 400. How'd you guys do it?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we had a lot of success there last year, almost won the race. And that's actually the race I got my concussion in. So, I mean, going into this race, I knew that we would have a lot of speed, and I only had an hour of practice and about 20 laps total coming from Phoenix, that ARCA race there. So I was a little behind the 8 ball, but I mean, during the race, I just learned all I could for the last 100 laps because I knew that was the most important time during the race. And Bond had some good strategy calls and gave me the right adjustments that I needed for to win the race and have a fast race car. And there at the end, we got, I don't want to say lucky, but fortunate with that accident. I mean, it helped us, but I felt like we had a really good uh, race car to go up through the field. It was just a matter of how and when I'd get up there.
Yeah, I agree. It's unfortunate, but a part of racing when something like that happens. But to be able to win and know that you really did have a car and a driver capable of getting it done, it makes it feel great. And that guitar is one of those iconic trophies in short track racing. The All American 400 is one of those crown jewel events. Where does this stack up in your win list of importance?
Yeah, I mean, I would say it's pretty much number one right now. I mean, it's kind of hard to compare it to other wins. I feel like I mean, this is my first crown jewel win, so that's really special to be able to do that. And it's a good comeback last year from a race that I should have won, and setting the tone that I can win these races, and um, you know, it's pretty cool to be able to do that.
First season competing primarily in the heavier cars with ARCA. Uh, any surprises for you this year that maybe you learned about these cars, learned about yourself? How would you assess 2023?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really good year for me. Started off the year just learning as much as I could, and then felt like at the end of the year, just a bunch of focus was put down to win races, and I mean, that's what I was able to do, and especially in the truck, just getting those top tens and all that experience there, and bringing it to the level of ARCA racing, and then um, going down to super late models and applying all that experience there from what I learned from the heavier stock cars. And it's fun to jump back into super late models and have such a, I mean, it always seems like it's a great car compared to ARCA and trucks because they're a lot lighter, a lot more horsepower, basically everything you'd want in a race car. It's really right there, and you just have so much fun. And when you have fun, you uh, win races and enjoy it.
So speaking of the next big super late model race, of course, the Snowball Derby coming up the first weekend in December, which you can see here in Racing America. And there's still tickets available if you haven't already purchased yours. You missed the race last year, which I know had to kill you. I know that was it was kind of a shock to all of us, and it really took away from what was a quality field. Um, how do you feel going into the race this year, and what do you feel like you need to do to have a chance to be there at the end, especially not having the live pit stops anymore? You kind of can plot out your strategy. So what do you think you need to do to be there and have a chance to win this race?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm going to be more prepared than any other super race I've been to this year. So, I mean, that'll be a lot more helpful. And racing late models 3 times in a row will also help me because I feel like switching car to car, it gets me maybe a practice to get used to it. So, just being up to speed right away will be helpful to dial the car in. And then now I'm used to that type of racing again from racing in Nashville. So I got a better sense for it, and I don't need to get up to speed, or it won't take so long to get up to speed. So I'll be ready to go as soon as I get there.
Okay, I don't know if it's anything you could share, but I'm assuming you uh, are aware of your 2024 plans.
Yes, yeah. I mean, I'm aware. I mean, the only thing I could say is pretty much uh, same schedule,
Okay.
and just really trying to focus on myself and get my racecraft down.
Well, we're looking forward to watching it. You've had a quick rise, and you're showing that you're here to stay. And just want to congratulate you on that All American 400 win, and wish you success here on the rest of the season.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right, that's William Sawalich, sure to be a contender when we get to Five Flags in December. Coming up next, a guy who makes William look like an old man. Paulie Hartwig III will be here next.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
This is Racing America, the biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
I'm Burt Myers, driver of the CitraSafe Modified, and you're watching Racing America.
Welcome back to the Bullring, presented by Safe Locator, and hope that you got to watch our coverage of the North-South Shootout this past weekend from Caraway Speedway. If you did, then our next guest is the lucky dog, because he was the 602 modified winner at Caraway, is Paulie Hartwig III. And Paulie, first off, okay, are you 11 or are you 12?
I'm 12.
When did you turn 12?
February 21st.
Oh, gee whiz, man.
He's almost 13.
He's an old man. He's almost 13 years old. In all seriousness, though, so I was at North Wilkesboro last year when you won there, and that was a big deal, and you really got the crowd behind you there. I kind of got that same vibe from the North-South. I mean, was winning that 602 race similar?
Well, it was, yeah, but I think North Wilkesboro was a bigger one, but it's still not as biggest win as North Wilkesboro, but yeah.
I love that you have your check proudly displayed in the background. How fun! So
yeah.
you felt like Winchester was a bigger,
Not Winchester, Wilkesboro.
It's W-weight racetrack. Wilkesboro was a bigger win for you. But what if you had to describe the emotion you feel? I mean, at such a young age to be competing against, the best of the best in this series, what does it feel like when you take the checkered flag and you get to victory lane and you get handed that check?
Really emotional, but really excited. Feel like my life was gonna change right after that. But everybody standing up, everybody wanting to come everybody wanting to come down, give me some handshakes and stuff, give me some hero cards. But yeah, that was a really big win with everybody standing up when I took the lead, and it was really emotional when I took that checkered flag and when I parked it in victory lane.
Now, I know I saw some posts about you possibly getting to Riverhead for the Islip 300. You ran the tour type race at the North-South Shootout. Are you going to be at Riverhead? And we're also going to be back with coverage at Wall Stadium for the Turkey Derby. Are you going to be able to get to either one of those races?
Yes, we'll be there both races, but I'm just running the Islip 300, but I can't run the Turkey Derby because I'm too young. But you got to be 16 to run at Wall Stadium, so I'll be there watching my cars race there.
Oh man, that's such a. It's like when you go to
an amusement
park and you're not tall enough to
even
ride the
when
rides.
you're 20
Yeah,
something,
that happens
right?
to me still. So we're just now kind of heading into the off season. You got a few more events coming up, but are you able to share with us what your plans are for next season yet?
We don't have that schedule yet.
Well, that's okay. It's
But,
still early.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna race some modifieds next year.
Now, are we going to see you in more tour type modifieds, or is it going to be a split between the tour and 602, or is that something you guys are still working on?
I ran the full tour this year in the ROC, but we're probably gonna run it again. But yeah, we're probably gonna run a couple races next year with the ROC, and I don't think I can run with any other series because I'm too young.
I think the thing to me that stands out, because we have gotten in recent years where you see 12, 13-year-old drivers running, late model stocks, pro late models, super late models. But this is not something that we're used to seeing with a tour type modified, whether it's a 602 or a tour modified. So how has the reception been? It's obviously been great from the fans, but you got guys out there that are older than your dad, not that he's that old, but older than your dad that's still running, tour type modifieds. How has that interaction gone?
They treat me good. They run me clean a lot. I give them the same respect they gave me. I love racing with all those guys, even with a lot of competition, but it's not easy.
Listen,
You gotta really.
Listen, Paulie Jr.'s over there at the side. Tell him to come on over there and sit next to you so we can ask him a question. You hear us, Paulie. Come on over there. Got one of the strongest mullets in racing, I got to say, maybe the strongest.
And a great PR manager.
He is a great PR manager. I wish my kids listened as well as yours does. You've had success in your own right, Paul. How proud are you of this kid? I mean, he's pretty amazing.
I've won a few races, not even quite a quarter of what he's won already in 3 years he's been driving modifieds. But I only have six or seven modified wins and one championship. This kid's got 9 last year and 9 modified wins this year. So he's got 18 modified wins already.
Wow.
5 on the dirt this year and 4 on the pavement this year.
And are we still going to do some dirt next year, you think?
100%.
Yeah.
I think the dirt gives him more under his cushion than anything, because it's more of a driver's standpoint than the asphalt is. So I think it makes him the better asphalt driver with having the dirt experience.
Well, you got a great family, Paul and Paulie. You have got a bright future. I'm really glad that we were able to get you guys on the show, and wish you the best of luck, not only this season, but going into 24.
Thank you.
Appreciate everything.
All right. See you guys later.
Take care.
Thank you.
All right. That is the Hartwigs. When we come back, we're going to show you highlights of that 602 modified race from Caraway and everything else that was here on Racing America.
Communication is key in the racing world. When it comes to at-the-track communications, there is only one place to call. Racing Electronics is the #1 source for professional race communications worldwide. Over 20 years in the business proves their dedication to the sport. With every driver and crew communication, two-way radios and headsets, scanners and more, Racing Electronics is a one-stop communication source for all your motorsports needs. Before the green flag flies, make sure you have all your team communication gear from Racing Electronics. Stop by and see a Racing Electronics representative at the track near you. Visit their showroom in Concord, North Carolina, or order online at racingelectronics.com.
Builders ready?
Yep.
Good deep breath. Yep. Breathe. Full pack on that side.
Build these racing engines, fire them up, get that sound, get that smell. It's a fun 2 days.
Oh yeah, we're good. We're good.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
It's the crown jewel of American short track racing, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby, Sunday, December 3rd at Five Flags Speedway. For 56 years, Pensacola's Snowball Derby has showcased racing's modern-day legends and legends yet to be made in a 300-lap showdown of guts and glory. The most prestigious short track race in America, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. For information, visit snowballderby.com. Legends start here.
Glad to have you back with us on the Bullring this afternoon. The final Bullring in studio. You'll be doing some live Bullrings in the tent, the big tent.
You're going to bring me back for a second
Oh,
here?
absolutely. Just something always, there's always technical stuff, and she thought we were going to fire her last year for something that she had absolutely nothing to do with.
I just, when things go wrong, I assume it's my fault.
No, you did a wonderful job, and you're going to do a wonderful job this year at the big tent. You need to check Jess out. And
come join me at the big tent for an exclusive episode of
the Bullring.
A
couple. I think Rodney Rodriguez is going to join you.
Oh, boy. Yeah, okay. This is news to me.
Well, and Rodney,
I'm sure he special requested that.
You should see how she really feels about you. What time is it?
Right now? Oh, it's time to race across America for the highlights.
Let's go to the highlights starting Saturday at Caraway Speedway. All of the North-South shootout action start with the Pro Late models from Cars. Caden Quapple on the pole alongside George Phillips. And that locked up the Cars Pro Late model title with that green flag for Quapple. 50 laps to go. Caden Honeycutt, after starting at the tail of the field, passes Quapple for the lead. Honeycutt goes on to score his first career Cars Pro Late model win, and he'll be on Cars Tour Weekly tomorrow. Saturday as well, the late model stocks at Caraway for the Cars Tour. Brendan Butterbean Queen still with a mathematical shot at the championship on the pole. He jumps into the lead at the start. Queen dominates the day, leading every lap for the win, while Carson Quapple runs a conservative race to win the championship. 602 Modifieds, Luke Baldwin in the 7NY grabs the lead at the drop of the green flag. Baldwin leads until a strange incident following a caution flag when something appears to break on his car, causing him to collide with James Baldwin. This ends the lead to 12-year-old Paulie Hartwig Jr. Scary moment here when the 40-car Chase Lewis goes almost head-on into the turn 4 wall. Luckily, he walked away on his own. Hartwig leads the rest of the way for the win over Eric Hersey and Justice Calabro. And now the North-South shootout for the Tour-Type Modifieds. 602 graduates Carson Lofton and Josh Lauder lead the field to the green flag. After a few pit cycles, no shock. Guess who was in the lead, Jess?
Who?
It's great. Matt Hirschman. He finds himself out front, but both Patrick Emmerling and Burt Myers had fresher tires. Myers runs out of gas, and it comes down to a battle between Hirschman and Emmerling. Hirschman holds on for an unbelievable 9th North-South shootout win. Also Saturday at Citrus County Speedway, the Cindy DeCare Classic for the winged sprint cars. Stephen Hollinger in the 81 leads from the pole to start, but to be bypassed for the top spot by the 14 of Davey Hamilton Jr. He leads the rest of the way for the win in the 40-lap feature over Sport Allen and Daniel Miller. And now to Nashville Fairgrounds Speedway. Saturday night, the Pro Late models. Chase Berta in the 18 able to take the lead at the start over former track champion Cole Williams. Late in the going, the 89 of Dylan Fetcho takes the lead from Dawson Sutton. And even though Jackson Boone finished second, Dylan Fetcho wins and takes his third Nashville Pro Late Model Championship by a single point. Pretty wild.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep.
I was there.
And then on Sunday, the All-American 400 ASA Stars Championship battle going down to the wire. Cole Butcher in the 28 shows his strength by grabbing the top spot at the start. That wouldn't last long as he would spin due to a flat tire. His problems only got worse as he eventually smashes the front end. Fluid from his car ends up taking out several cars, including points leader Ty Majeski, who suffers damage in the crash. Another hard crash when the 5 of Ty Fredrickson slams into the disabled car of Albert Francis. William Sawalich avoids the carnage to take the win, while Majeski soldiers along to win the ASA Stars title.
And his car in championship victory lane was something to see.
4 laps down. But, sometimes that's how it.
That's showbiz, baby.
Yeah, that's how it happens. And
I hate when the champion doesn't win the race for aesthetic purposes. I hate that.
No offense, Ross Chastain.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna. Yeah. Anyways, no one cares.
I like to see the belt spread around. And let's talk about that truck race. No, let's not do that. When we come back, we are going to talk some Phoenix, though. We're going to recap the championship race for the NASCAR Cup Series and talk to our friend Toby Christie about what he saw and what we can expect for next year.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
For me, I started racing on short tracks at Irwindale Speedway, and I ran with Tim Huddleston in late model stocks, and got a good start to how to race on short tracks, and going to the Bullring in Las Vegas, and just you learn how to beat and bang and how to work around guys.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. I'm excited to have those opportunities. I really look forward to facing them head on, and I feel like if you get the privilege to be a champion of your sport, it is part of your job to promote your sport and do the best you can to be the best champion that you can. So that's the responsibility. I'm be honest with you, I haven't really thought about yet. I think that's going to kind of dawn on me in the following days. But no, I think it's part of your job to kind of, hey, embrace it, push the sport. You have this awesome platform now to where you've done something incredible. use that, right, and promote the sport. So I'm excited to see what happens this offseason, see what comes up to where, you're not only growing yourself, you are growing the sport as well of NASCAR. Someone asked me earlier, the Netflix deal that's happening right now, I've worked with them a lot through the playoffs, and they've gotten a lot of inside stuff, and I think that's just another big thing of, promoting the sport in a positive way to a certain audience or a brand new audience. So.
Well, those are the words from the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series champion Ryan Blaney. Joining us now from TobyChristie.com, Racing America's editor-in-chief himself, Toby Christie. And as bad as I feel like I screwed up the Martinsville prediction, you and I both went with Ryan Blaney last week. And honestly, I looked at qualifying, and I think he was 15th or 16th or something like that. And I can't remember if it was my dad or my son or whoever it was said, "Ooh, he didn't qualify too good, so he's going to be just fine." And that's the way that it proved to play out.
Yeah, the opening laps, though, it really looked like it was in question because he was having a hard time in the early laps, him and Bell both trying to work through the field. They were stuck in like 13th, 14th for a long time. But once they kind of made their way up there and Blaney was solidly in the top half of the top 10 in stage 2, I felt pretty good about it.
Admittedly, I had the Cup race on over here and the All-American 400 on Racing America on over here while we were driving home from Nashville. And I was more so paying attention to the All-American. But
she was driving.
Wow.
Well, Travis was driving.
I hope.
And anyway, it just was it was exciting pretty much the whole race. Like the championship battle really did come down to, we were talking like it could potentially, got the whole season, it could potentially come down to a pit stop. And people complain about the playoffs, but that was a very exciting, entertaining championship race.
It was, and you talk about the pit stop portion of things. Kyle Larson won that last pit stop, and wow, okay, here he goes. He's going to do 2021 all over again. Blaney was the third highest of the playoff guys after that last pit stop, and it did not look very good at that point. But to Alan's credit, that 12 car was just really, really good, and he was able to make up all the spots.
And I don't know if you guys saw it, but there were several folks that pointed out the stat that Kevin Harvick's first race was won by the number 1 at Rockingham with Steve Park, and his last race was...
Who comes up with these stats? Who digs these up?
There are people that just don't stop. We have Joseph Shrigley as well, who came up with Harvick's has the all-time highest percentage of races finished that he started, so without DNFs. So
wow,
really, really wild. Nobody's had a higher percentage of finishes than Kevin Harvick.
And that was something else that Travis was commenting on. I just assume everything Travis says is intelligent, so you tell me otherwise. But
wow. Boy, he's lucky.
He was like, this is crazy that Harvick is leading and up towards the front in his last race, because you think about a lot of these other guys, by the time they're retired, they're at the back of the pack. They're not finishing, with the exception of Jeff Gordon, they're not performing that well during their last race.
Hey, I will say,
what about Bill Elliott?
Bill Elliott's last full season in 2003, he could have won 3 of the last 6 races.
Okay.
He was the best at Kansas, and Ryan Newman stayed out on fuel. He won at Rockingham after starting last, incidentally. And he led until the last lap at Homestead.
All right. So we'll add him to the list. And I,
to this day, think he would have won the 2004 championship. Serious.
I mean, it could have been possible for sure. I want to go back to the whole you thinking Travis every time he says something is smart. Because my wife used to think I was smart as well.
And then at what point did that change?
We got married. And so no longer, once you get married, is the husband part of things smart anymore. So
is that why he's holding off?
I think that's probably what it is. So Travis, if that's what's going on, stick with it, because
6
the
years
stats show that's
like
the case.
The wedding ring is a restrictor plate, and
every time
it restricts our intelligence. I want to share another aside too. It was a huge weekend for Ford, winning all 3 championships. I mean, a humongous weekend for Ford.
Yeah, what's the stat on the last time that happened?
So last time that happened was 2001 with Chevrolet that did it. Ford did it back in 1999. So it's been a long time since we've seen one manufacturer have that kind of dominance in championship weekend.
I didn't realize it. Yeah, I didn't realize it had been that long. But, I'll tell you, and I've seen other guys that didn't pan out or whatever. But the first time I ever saw Ryan Blaney race was I watched him race a Legends car one time at Concord on the quarter mile. It's whatever. The next year, middle of the season, past super late models, he starts the like I said, middle of the season, he starts a race at Orange County, his first super late model race, and you could just tell that there was something different. And the whole time he drove super late models, there was something different. The way he held his emotions, the way he drove, the way he never drove over his head. And I think that this is the culmination of it all. And I hope this isn't the last one he wins. I mean, I think that he could win a lot of championships.
I think when you see how he performed in the situations he needed to perform down the stretch this year, I think that shows you that he'll probably be back again. And if he's in that situation again, I feel pretty confident he delivers.
And I will say that Chase Elliott was that way. And I think you see guys like William Sawalich now and Gio Ruggiero and some of these young guys that they've just got those traits. And, Ryan Blaney, they worked for it. And his dad made him work for it, and that family has been so great for this sport that it was just great to see. So, Toby, thank you. Great job all season, and I know you're going to stay busy here during the off season. And honestly, this to me is some of the best time to go to RacingAmericanTobyChristie.com because of all the things that happen during the off season.
Yeah, for sure. So there's going to be tons of news. There always is. We don't have much on the Cup side of things that need to be filled in for next year, but definitely Xfinity trucks, a lot of rides still up for grabs. You mentioned the Blaney family, by the way. I want to also put a quick note out there. It was really cool to see Dave Blaney at the back of that media center during the winners press conference, the champions press conference, just soaking it all in, huge smile on his face, just super proud of his son. It was really cool to see.
Well, he's got 3 great kids. Both of his daughters are great too, so I'm very happy for them. When we come back, we're going to introduce you to a guy that you've probably never heard about here on Racing America, Travis Braden. He'll be here when we come back.
HMS Motorsport is the leader in motorsport safety, providing the most advanced driver safety products to NASCAR, IndyCar, sprint cars, and sports cars drivers. From grassroots to professional racers, HMS Motorsport has over 25 years' experience outfitting drivers with the best gear on the market. Equipped with first-hand product knowledge, our experts are ready to help you select the best harness belts, seats, head restraints, helmets, and racing attire for your type of racing. HMS is even the exclusive importer for Schroed belts, Schubert helmets, and Valero base layers. Visit one of our stores in Mooresville, North Carolina, or Danvers, Massachusetts, or check us online at hmsmotorsport.com, where you can learn the details of our products and order online. Safety starts here.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
I've had a lot of, I think all drivers have their fair share of memories at short tracks where they all grew up on. I'd say probably my first super late model win, I was probably 14, 15 years old at the time. It was in Dillon, South Carolina. And that place was pretty neat because those races are 150 laps and your tires are really soft. And so you're pretty much riding around for like half the race trying to save your tires. And I remember we rode around the whole race, and at one point I almost went a lap down, just riding around. And then it was time to go. And we pretty much drove all the way, 3/4 of a lap around, passed the leader with 10 to go, and ended up winning the race. So that was pretty cool, and it was my first super late model win. So that was pretty neat in the fashion that we did it.
Welcome back to the Bullring, presented by Safe Locator. And, of course, we are very excited about Safe Locator and Hooters being a part of our coverage of the 56th Annual Snowball Derby, first weekend in December. And who better than a former winner to join us actually here on set, 2019 Snowball Derby winner Travis Braden. And Travis, we've never met you or had you on the show before, so it's good to finally get to meet you.
Yeah, great to finally meet you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's a nice studio you have here. I've never seen it before. Good to meet you.
Well, no, of course we're kidding around. Travis now works over at Hendricks, so you're right down the road and was able to come over.
Yeah, a couple steps and I was here.
Yeah.
And we live together.
True.
Oh, my gosh.
Took
Now,
2 vehicles, though. So.
What a revelation. Well, you didn't have to tell everybody I lived with y'all, too.
Yeah, we're all, oh gosh, what a disaster that would be if we're all roommates.
Oh, God.
In our studio apartment.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
Can barely afford. Yeah.
Well, how excited are you to get back to the Derby and be going with a good team like Jet Motorsports?
Yeah, I'm really excited. And, you know, as you kind of know, it's we're planning on being there. We got a lot of good support and thankful for Jet Motorsports, Pat Jet and his whole family. Cook Electric, the dock down on Pensacola Beach supporting us. And, you know, it's not quite Derby time. We're not quite where we need to be yet to make it all really feasible to go, but we wanted to make sure we were entered, and we're planning on being there. So we're still wrapping up trying to find a couple supplementary partners, which is obviously great to mention on the show here. But I'm excited about it. You know, I'm just looking forward, assuming that that's going to all work out. And it's been, you know, kind of hard to not be a part of it or be there for a couple of years. So, looking forward to being there. It's going to be fun.
And I got to imagine, Jess, that you'll be where you're already very active in that supplemental sponsorship search, correct?
I am. In fact, it's just a one-woman show in that department, but
hey, Ken from Safe Locators here whenever.
That's right. I'm gonna have a chat with him, but you know. Listen, we'll just be honest. Travis is one of those drivers that is lucky that he has got as far as he has with the money his family has. You know,
yeah, we weren't really quite sure where that was headed right there.
It's no secret. This is a very expensive race. Travis does not have a guy or a dad that bankrolls the whole thing, but we do what we can. And like Travis said, it's one of those events that it's really hard to sit at home. And so when the opportunity presented itself for us to go down, we were kind of like, well, we'll make it happen, because we have had to sit out the last few years. You know, last year we were down there, but you weren't driving. And so maybe for the folks at home that have never gone and experienced for themselves, talk about what the electricity of Derby Week and why it's so important to so many drivers, racers, and people in this community.
And getting to stay with Jess's grandma.
Yes.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, it's just an electric, you know, atmosphere in general, as we all know. But like, I think what plays into it is a lot to do with, you know, it's the end of the season. It's the off season for pretty much every other division. You have personalities from across the industry and the Cup Series and in all of NASCAR's divisions. Sometimes you get people to come that you'll see walking around that are not even in stock car racing, you know? So you get drivers that are from all those divisions. Sometimes you get drivers that are, you know, modified racers most of the time, and they're doing this for the first time. There's always so many stories. The pressure, the build up, you know, there's a lot of practice. So you start to get a feel for who's on the bubble and who's going to struggle and who's okay. And so then qualifying comes and you've built up to that, and the pressure of that, you know, the last couple of years, it's been less than 0.2 of a second between the pole and not making the show on time. So just the pressure of it, I think. And then on Sunday, everyone is, you know, in the show and that part is over with. But then you take the green flag and you see a full grandstands, which is amazing to see at this level. You have all the hype around it on social media and on the broadcast. So there's just all these little things that play into it that are above any other event. Although we have so many great events in the short track ranks, this is a standout in every category, and so it just makes it feel really special.
And we got a nice feature that we're going to be working on for the broadcast about Travis's win back in 2019. And if you didn't see that race, it was It was a funky race. It was a weird race.
Roller coaster.
It was, and at least for Travis, that's not even where the bizarre series of events started.
Yeah.
It happened on, what was that, practice day?
Friday? Qualify,
Totally
final
destroy the car in practice. And then, you got to thrash and get it together for qualifying, which I'm sure you guys would agree. I mean, in pavement late model racing, there is no moment quite like snowball derby qualifying, especially once you get to the point where now you've got 30 cars that have gone out and people start dropping.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
And statistically, so the year you won, you qualified in last. You were 30th.
Right.
And then when you went back the next year, you qualified 29th. And so I am expecting a 28th or better qualifying effort from you and your guys, just so you know.
It would be great to just lock in and know that this is like a pole run lap and not have to sweat for whatever it is, probably an hour that you usually wait until it's all over, probably more than an hour. So,
well, and if you look at the entry list, which came out a few days ago,
it's
I don't want you to be in that last chance race.
No. It's crazy whenever you look at, I think, 46 or 48 supers and 50 some odd pros right now. So it's going to be crazy.
I'm nauseous.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to you guys' nausea, but I'm glad y'all are going to be back down there this year. And I appreciate you coming in today.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on. And again, I want to thank Jet Motorsports and all of our partners that we already have on board that, brought out this idea, made it feasible for something that we could go and obtain. It is a very expensive race, so we're really thankful for all the people that have helped us get to a position where this is going to be feasible, and we're going to make it happen.
2019 winner Travis Braden. When we come back, somebody who's helping us get there this year, that's Ken Newman from Safe Locator. We'll talk to him when we come back.
Welcome to the new home for race fans, Racing America. Live short track racing. Exclusive team content.
I bet, that's what they all say. Any NASCAR fan is really a short track fan at heart.
Behind the scenes access. From grassroots to NASCAR, join us at the home for race fans everywhere. Racing America, it's in our DNA.
Builders ready? Yep. Good deep breath. Yep. Breathe. Full pack on that side.
Build these racing engines, fire them up, get that sound, get that smell. It's a fun 2 days.
Oh yeah,
Good.
we're good.
It's the crown jewel of American short track racing, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby, Sunday, December 3rd at Five Flags Speedway. For 56 years, Pensacola's Snowball Derby has showcased racing's modern-day legends and legends yet to be made in a 300-lap showdown of guts and glory. The most prestigious short track race in America, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. For information, visit snowballderby.com. Legends start here.
This is Racing America. The biggest stars.
I enjoyed it. I felt good out there. I would love to come here and race.
And the inside info.
This is the T-bar setup. This clips into the bottom of the cam lock.
The only fast channel powered by the NASCAR Cup team owners who know all about speed.
How am I even going to drive for 3.5 hours without having a radio in the car?
The most NASCAR team content anywhere. Climb on board.
Well, in case you didn't know, of course, we have mentioned it a few times today and throughout the year, but we'll be glad to bring you the coverage from the 56th Annual Snowball Derby once again here on Racing America, and we'll have everything covered for you, along with Hooters, and now our friends at Safe Locator. And joining us from Safe Locator to tell us a little bit about it is Ken Newman. And Ken, first off, thanks for being here today. Thanks for believing in us to be a part of the coverage. And I know you guys, we're going to talk about what Safe Locator is, but I don't know if you can find a much better way to get the word out about something in motorsports and the biggest pavement late model race in the year. It's a pretty good way to do it.
Yeah, we're super excited to be here, and I was lucky enough to be at the event last year. So when the opportunity came up, of course, we jumped at it. My father raced cars when I was a little kid at a place called Kalamazoo Motor Speedway.
Up in Michigan?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I used to
Wow.
run around that place as a little kid, dreaming about driving fast in cars. And
Yeah, we've broadcast some races at
Oh,
Kalamazoo.
we've been to
and-
Yeah, it's one
Yeah.
of Travis's favorite tracks. That I
Yep.
had no idea.
Yeah, I did. And then I decided that I wasn't going to be a race car driver, so I said, well, maybe I should just be a cop. You can legally drive fast in some instances.
That's right.
That's a good second option.
Yeah, worked out well.
Well, tell us a little bit about Safe Locator, what the product is, and what do you want these race fans to know?
Yeah, so Safe Locator was kind of birthed from a couple other companies that I own that started in protection of youth athletes from sexual abuse and human trafficking and abduction, which are topics that people typically don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
So
No, me and Jess talk about it all the time.
Yeah, well,
no, we don't.
Well, Alan's a dad, so
We do, and I was talking to when we met a few weeks ago. I was actually telling Ken, not to interrupt or anything, but it does. My boys are 13 and 12, and it touches you. And tell us a little bit about the app and what made you decide to do this.
Yeah, so I'm a father, a former law enforcement, former military, but most importantly, a father, and I was a special investigator in law enforcement, and bad things happen, and bad things happen a lot more than we really care to talk about. So it unfortunately happened to my daughter, to my youngest daughter. So we started off on a mission to protect kids and to protect youth, and what we found out is there are a lot more bad people out there than you think, and what they look for is what we call soft targets. And that's where people and kids congregate, and they look for areas of opportunity to get in there. So the app came from one of our other companies. And when we started looking at the number of kids that get lost from their parents, and typically when a kid goes missing, they typically get found, right?
Mhm.
So, or majority of the time, but it's the other times that are really the unfortunate times. But the fact of the matter is, when your child goes missing, whether it's for an hour or unfortunately could be forever, the amount of panic that sets in, the emotional state that you go into. And it's tough, that time, the number one solvability factor in finding and locating a child or a person that goes missing is time. So how do we decrease that period of time that goes on before we actually have to get law enforcement involved, before we get somebody else involved? And that's kind of how the app was birthed. So we do what's called crowdsourced alerting, and we go to our goal is to go to the major venues, whether it's racing or football or basketball, anywhere kids that congregate. And we have set up an app where you put in a profile of your child. It's all very secure technology, guys. I got a bunch of smart ones, so they're really good at it. And it would be actually the information that if your kid went missing, that a law enforcement officer would be asking you when they show up. And I've had to sit across from parents that have their kids have gone missing, and the ability to extract the proper information from them in that time is it's horrible. You never get it.
I can't imagine. And to be able to introduce this concept at an event that isn't scary, that everyone's having a good time, it kind of takes the pressure off, and people are thinking clearly, and it's such an important topic, but it's not scary at this time. So then they're prepared for when, God forbid something happen, it kind of takes that extra step away when they're, obviously overwhelmed. Yeah,
it does. And look, we're not scaring anybody away from going to events and enjoying themselves. That's why you go to those places. We just want you to be prepared that in case something happens. So it real quickly, what the app just basically does is you put the profile in. Everybody that shows up to the event checks in, and once you check in, if you happen to turn around and your kid's missing and legitimately believe that they've wandered off or could be missing, and it goes for anywhere around the arena or wherever the location may be too. You got people that are staying in hotels and restaurants and camping, and so the ability to have, let's say there's 20,000 people at a venue and your child happens to go missing, and you can immediately hit the alert button, and everybody that's checked in at that event gets an immediate alert of an actual profile of the individual that's missing. It's not just a text message, right? Which you typically get through what the government uses.
Right.
So imagine 15,000 people within 10 seconds now turning their head left and right saying, here's a picture of somebody that we're looking for. And if it's a child that wandered off, great, we located him, everything's good to go. But if you're a bad guy trying to get out with an actual abduction scenario in that situation, good luck getting out of there when you got 15,000 people that are looking for that individual.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
And Alan, I can think of several times that just you alone, I've been at a race where you've had to go on the PA system.
Yeah.
And, someone has said they lost or someone's turned in a child that has, strayed away. And no offense, but this seems much more logistically.
This is much better, and it's a lot more feasible, and it's definitely something that I'm going to get for my children. You can go to safe-locator.com. Again, that's safe-locator.com to learn more, to get the app, and it's definitely something that if you got children, grandchildren, nieces, nephews, friends, you need to get it, because it could ultimately save a life. And Ken, I appreciate you, whether or not you were doing anything with the snowball derby or with us or anything. I just appreciate you for doing it and having an idea.
Well, we're excited, and of course we love racing and love to be a part of it, and we're just glad that you are allowing us to be there and roll this out with you guys.
Again, that's safe-locator.com. Be sure to check it out. We come back, we'll take you around the corner and let you know what's coming up on Racing America here over the next month.
Welcome to Raceface Digital Collectible Cards. Are you a driver or a team looking to expand your brand? Want to connect with your fans, give sponsors more exposure, and earn income from all card sales? Then Raceface Digital has you covered. Digitize your brand with 5 different collectible cards. Enrollment is now open to all drivers and all series. Visit racefacedigital.com today and use invite code RA1.
What creates a winning combination? Quality, focus, discipline, and most importantly, speed. At Pepperjack Kennels, we provide exceptional water and land training services for hardworking retrievers. From leading in the field to leading on the track, together we establish winning dogs and a winning team. Devoted to retrievers and motorsports, we are Pepperjack Kennels. Visit us online to learn more.
5-star bodies, the most advanced bodies on the market, aerodynamically engineered, manufactured from the highest grade and lightest weight materials, tested tough for optimum performance. The highest quality and most durable products you'll find anywhere. Our products help racers around the world reach victory lane. Winning never looked so good. Faster, lighter, stronger, better. 5-star.
It's the crown jewel of American short track racing, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby, Sunday, December 3rd at Five Flags Speedway. For 56 years, Pensacola's Snowball Derby has showcased racing's modern-day legends and legends yet to be made in a 300-lap showdown of guts and glory. The most prestigious short track race in America, the 56th Annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. For information, visit snowballderby.com. Legends start here.
Glad to have you back with us on the Bullring. Thanks again to Safe Locator for sponsoring today's show and our shirts.
Yeah, look at that.
Look at that.
We get the match.
Yeah, I thought I tried that shirt on, but it didn't. I couldn't get it over my forearm. So
Well, it's a women's cut, so you don't have the figure for it.
No.
Do I get to now? I have something to wear at the Derby.
Yep.
Do I get to pack this?
Yep,
Sweet.
I would if I were you.
All right.
Guess what? It's time to go around the corner. And Saturday, you'll be able to join us from Citrus County Speedway down in Florida. They've got a full night of racing action in their season finale. Also, as we look ahead a little bit, Thanksgiving weekend, the Turkey Derby at Wall Stadium for the Tour Type Modifieds. I believe that race pays $15,000 to win. And our racing coverage for this year will conclude with the 56th annual Snowball Derby presented by Hooters and Safe Locator. That race, of course, will be Sunday, December the 3rd, but the Wednesday prior, they'll have the draw practice on Thursday and some racing, qualifying on that Friday, and, of course, the Snowflake on Saturday and the Snowball Derby on Sunday. And also want to remind you, if you checked it out earlier today or on demand, the Hendrick Engine Builder Showdown presented by Valvoline. It concludes tomorrow, Thursday, here on Racing America. So tune back in to see the championship build and who gets the win. I know Jeff Gordon's supposed to be there, Rick Hendrick's supposed to be there, and then you no idea who else may show up. So join us tomorrow here on Racing America as the Randy Dorton Hendrick Engine Builder Showdown presented by Valvoline concludes here on Racing America. Probably see Travis Braden over there.
Wrong department. He's just a setup
he'll
mechanic.
Just be working,
He's
right?
just on the plate, yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe one day we could talk Mr. Hendrick into having a setup plate contest.
Yeah, and then Travis will blow him out of the water.
See who can level the car out the flattest.
Use the roamer arm,
right.
yeah.
Well, whatever that is.
Okay.
Well, when we come back, we're going to wrap up another season here on the Bullring.
Ready to take your brand to the next level? At Victory Lane Design, we can help. If you are looking for a professional website, cutting-edge logo, a hero card that separates you from the pack, or video production to keep you connected with your fans, then check out VictoryLaneDesign.com, where winning counts.
It's the crown jewel of American short track racing, the 56th annual Snowball Derby, Sunday, December 3rd at Five Flags Speedway. For 56 years, Pensacola's Snowball Derby has showcased racing's modern-day legends and legends yet to be made in a 300-lap showdown of guts and glory. The most prestigious short track race in America, the 56th annual Snowball Derby at Five Flags Speedway. For information, visit snowballderby.com. Legends start here.
Get up on your feet, race fans.
SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel are your all-inclusive motorsports warehouses with more than 450 product lines. They have everything to put you in victory lane, from professional racing to street performance. SRI and Stock Car Steel have you covered with leading brands as well as a large selection of steel, aluminum, and plastics. With locations in North Carolina and Indiana, access has never been easier. SRI has the world's largest inventory of used parts. SRI Performance and Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, your one-stop shops for everything racing.
Well, we want to thank all of our guests today, including William Sawalich, Paulie Hartwig III. Ken Newman was here with us. We had Travis Braden,
Toby Christie, and appreciate all those folks for joining us. Special thanks throughout the year, David Stiles, our engineer, as well as Zach Evans. He's in front of the camera, behind the camera, writing articles. Under the camera,
yep,
over
he's
the camera.
all over the place, and appreciate those folks for all their effort this year and everybody that has participated in putting on the show. And
should we thank all of our guests from the whole season?
Yeah, we could do a whole show next week about that, but we're not. There will be some bull rings on the road, as we mentioned, at the Snowball Derby. I know there will be at least a couple of special bull rings from the big tent there with Jess and Rodney Rodriguez and
the Bullring World Tour.
The Bullring World Tour
on wheels.
Get your T-shirts and hats and all sorts of cool stuff if we ever make any about the bull ring. But what else are we going to have? We're going to have the Kowicki Driver Development Banquet coming up in December.
Yep.
Your evening gown, and I'm going to get a tuxedo, and we're going to do that.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
We'll probably go-karting too.
Y'all will. I won't.
Oh. Why is that?
I have a family I need to stay home with. Support.
Oh. Yeah. Well, anyway, the rest of us go-karting?
Yeah, Victory Lane karting then for the Kowicki Driver Development Banquet. But in all seriousness, I tell you all the time, I love you. You did a great job again this year. No, I'm serious.
Are you trying to make me cry?
No, but I'm very proud of you. You do a great job, and I can't wait to see what you do next year. And we're going to have all sorts of great stuff, new series that we'll be streaming, and big races and bull rings and all sorts of great stuff.
Well, I know it doesn't mean much coming from me, but I love you too, and
it means more than you realize.
And
Let me isolate that. Boys, isolate that back there, okay?
Not, here at the company, but also all throughout short track racing. You're the glue that keeps a lot of us together and keeps things going. So we appreciate everything you do too.
Well,
which you made me feel obligated to say that.
No, that's very nice and very not true, but I do appreciate it. And we do love short track racing. We're going to have a ton of great NASCAR Cup coverage too in 2024. So a lot more of it in 23, but you're going to get to see some really, really awesome exclusive coverage from the NASCAR Cup Series too. So for all of us here with Racing America and the Bull Ring, and for the final time here in 2023, I'm Jess Ballard, I'm Alan Dietz saying so long, and we will see you next year on the Bull Ring.